Hello friends, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. Happy to have you here. And as the title below says, you already read it. Today we're talking about Formula One. So let's go. Today I want to talk to you about all the things that I learned filming Formula One last year. I got the chance to actually go to 4 different Formula One Grand Prix. I was able to go to the Miami one, British Grand Prix, the Mexico City Grand Prix, and the Las Vegas Grand Prix. So it was a lot of fun being able to explore these different cities, look at all the tracks, see all the driving and racing that was going on. But my biggest takeaway and the most fun that I had was actually being able to shoot Formula One. Let's dive right into it. So I wanted to start off with explaining how I was able to shoot Formula One. So the way that I did it was through Netflix. I have the privilege and honor of working with an incredible company such as Netflix a lot. This is all through a production company that I freelance for called Hustle Productions, based out of Los Angeles. One of their biggest clients is Netflix. So anytime Netflix has a social media shoot or content that they need captured for different events such as Formula One, they hire Hustle to do so. And then sometimes I am lucky enough to be the person that gets sent to do it. Netflix last year held the first ever Netflix Cup. Which consisted of 4 of the Formula One drivers, which is Carlos Sainz, Alex Albon, Pierre Gasly, and Lando Norris. It was the weekend of the Las Vegas Grand Prix. It was streamed live on Netflix. It was the first ever live sporting event that they live streamed, and it was alongside 4 PGA golfers, which was incredible. But anyways, we're in Vegas. We're here for the Netflix Cup, here with Jordan, the boy. Yeah, we're gonna film the Netflix Cup, F1 drivers, PGA golfers. It's gonna be super fun. Really excited. We're gonna be here all week for the Formula One race. This weekend we're shooting for Casamigos, so I'm gonna show you behind the scenes as much as I can. Oh, wait, this is sick. What a beautiful course.
Hey, am I going the right way? You ever seen the inside of water?
Yeah, no, that's crazy actually. Damn.
Water, dude.
This is not the right way. Guarantee you. There's great lighting though.
It might be.
No, there's no way. Like, this is not even a road.
It is a road. Oh, you'd be surprised.
I promise you.
You would be surprised.
We're like gonna be in the broadcast.
It's fine. It's this way.
Right. Alright, but I guarantee you this is not the right way.
How do we get there? What an awesome course.
No, I think that's what he meant. Like, we come down here and then we cross this. This is what we cross. You see what I'm saying?
No, I think you're wrong. I think we go this way.
I don't know if I'm wrong, dude, but Jesus, this is.
I think you go this way. I swear to you.
I really.
And I'm wrong.
We're still looking for hole number 2.
That's the third time.
still looking for hole number 2. Right now, we're doing some pre-production for the shoot tomorrow. So we're kind of just exploring the golf course. Still trying to find hole number 2. Jesus.
I don't. We don't go too far. But
Yeah.
that is cool.
Yeah, this is cool. All right, and I am filming.
What a great!
This is beautiful. I do want to play this course one day.
Yeah, seriously.
Wow. There's content, please. But yeah, super excited to be here. Glad I'm not shooting this alone. I'm glad, Jordan, that you're here.
Yeah.
Even though you're filming and driving, which is super illegal, dude. Where is hole number 2? I think that guy led us astray. I think he saw 2 brown men and was like, "Fuck you guys."
He said you shouldn't be on the golf
You shouldn't be
course.
on the golf course. It's like, oh, maintenance? Yeah, no.
Maintenance.
No, I'm just kidding. I think this is our sign to leave at this point. I think we have cashed. Let's drive towards the Sphere, though. At least check that
Yeah,
out.
I'll do it through the middle so you can get a good shot.
Wow. How romantic.
It is very romantic. Yeah.
Leading up to that, we actually went to the Mexico City Grand Prix in October of last year to film the promotional videos that were going to live on social media, on Instagram, TikTok, with the 4 drivers. So we were able to shoot with Lando Norris, Pierre Gasly, Alex Albon. Fast forward a month, now we're in Las Vegas, the Netflix Cup. Today's the big day, the Netflix Cup, Tuesday, November 14th. Super, super excited. Just had a nice little breakfast with Jordan, got all my gear ready. Now we're gonna head across the street, go to the Wynn, go to the golf course, have a couple meetings, finish up the last minute prep, and then shoot this thing. There's a golf tournament, and we also captured all the social media content that lived on the Netflix Instagram channels. And if you have any questions on how to even get clients like that, I have a whole video that I talk about that linked right here up in the corner, so go check that out. One of the biggest things that you need to be aware of when you're working with celebrities, athletes, talent of this caliber is how do I even approach this? How do I go into a shoot like this, make sure that the talent that we're working with is comfortable? How do I make sure that I am projecting confidence, not making anyone on set uncomfortable? Because more than likely you're working with a brand, you're working with the talent, you have a whole crew that's working with you. So I think the biggest thing to be aware of, and it's something that I always remind myself as well, is that at the end of the day, even though these people are incredible at what they do, they are just human beings. If you're on a shoot and maybe they might not be the nicest that day, I always just try to remind myself that, like, hey, maybe they're having a rough day. Who knows? Maybe it's never personal, in my opinion. I always think like it's just a reflection on maybe what's going on in their life at the moment. So if you're having a hard time with talent and maybe they're not giving you what you need, just remember that it's not always, because of you. You don't have to treat them, like they're superstars, or try to gas them up too much, or be overly friendly, or try to be like, hey, I'm a big fan of this project. It's always nice to give them maybe a compliment. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're going above and beyond and maybe doing too much, you're kind of borderlining the line of being a fan versus being a professional, because at the end of the day, you're there for work and you're not there to be a fan. I think with companies such as Netflix and Casamigos, they do tend to work with more celebrity-based events, things of that nature, things with higher profile people attending. When you build a portfolio where you've worked with a lot of celebrity clientele, I think it transfers well to big brands, because they want to minimize any sort of liability, any sort of risk. They want to put trust in the people that they hire, because they are working with certain people, and they never want to be associated in a negative light with a celebrity because, oh, last time I went to a Casamigos event, they had this weird person that was working there. I don't really want to go and do that. So it's important to remember to always keep it professional and just try to avoid that line of being a fan of whoever is there. On the other hand, it's also important to understand what you're doing for them. So let's break that down. What does that even mean? So for example, for the Las Vegas Grand Prix, when I was there with Netflix and Casamigos, for the Netflix event, I was responsible for delivering a 90-second recap video of the Netflix Cup event, which in theory sounds pretty simple. It's like you shoot and edit it, but what does that all look like? What does that mean? You have to be able to communicate with the client clearly, understand what they are looking for as far as like the type of energy or messaging or vibe that they're trying to convey on social media that comes out of this event. When it comes to Casamigos, you also have to understand, all right, like what are some of the parameters that you can and cannot show when it comes to an alcohol-based event. For example, the first night that we were there, which was qualifying night, we weren't allowed to show any of the people that were attending. So that presented its own challenge, because it's like, how do I make a video that is engaging, that shows that the brand has a presence here, but I can't show any faces? So that was a challenge of its own, and I'll show the video right here. So this was the first video that we did, and as you can see, I kind of focused more on the general atmosphere and the vibe of the city. They had a cool Casamigos branded Formula One race car. I showed the setup of the bar. I showed the hands of one of the bartenders creating the cocktail. I showed the racetrack, some of the cars that were turning. So that was like a cool alternative. And luckily there was a lot else going on where it compensated for not being able to show the people having fun at this viewing area for Casamigos. When shooting with bigger clientele or just brands or anyone in general, I think we're problem solvers and we're there to find solutions as opposed to create more problems. Like if someone tells you, hey, you need to shoot this, but we can't show this, we can't show this, we can't show this. Like, all right, now you got to think, all right, well, given that information, what can I do? And then make sure to always communicate that clearly with the client. Don't ever be afraid to say, hey, I'm concerned that maybe this won't read as well because of XYZ. Don't ever be afraid to communicate clearly. And I think that's the most important thing when it comes to working with bigger brands like this that can help you get to that next level. It's like, make sure at any point you're clearly communicating. But also there's a fine line. Don't ever communicate because you don't want to be that problem that's like, oh, Saul is just the guy who's always complaining. So just make sure to pick and choose your battles, but be able to deliver what the client wants while still being able to find solutions for them along the way. All right, so my next learning lesson while shooting Formula One was going into it, like, how do I even set myself up for success and know what to expect, knowing that I've never maybe shot a Formula One race before, or I can't really control the shot. It's not like if I need to get a shot of Lewis Hamilton driving by, there's only 50 some odd laps. So it's like, I mean, that's a good amount of time, but like, I can't tell him to like, hey, can you actually slow down on this turn? And, you know, like do that again, because that's just like not how these scenarios work. And specifically with the Netflix Cup too, that was a live event where they were playing golf. You kind of just are on the go. You're trying to drive a golf cart, trying to get the shot, try to set yourself up for the angle. They're playing 9 holes. You're running around, there's crowds, there's a lot going on, a lot to expect. So ideally you want to have obviously a conversation with the client before, during pre-production, where they can break down specifically like, these are the places you can go, these are the places that you can't go, this is what's going to be happening at this moment, so make sure you don't miss that, things of that nature. This also leads me to my next point, what kind of equipment you want to use. Specifically for me as a videographer, I'm trying to keep my setup as light as possible because, again, I never know what is going to happen. For me, when it comes to capturing live events, I'm usually on a Sony FX3, a Sony A7S III. My go-to lenses are the 16-35, the 24-70, the 70-200. And I think specifically for the Netflix Cup, I had my gimbal on Sony A7S III, 16-35. And then on a strap across my body, I had a Sony FX3 with a 70-200, just in case I couldn't get close enough. I can just quickly pop that up and then shoot that from a distance. So I think being able to stay nimble, lightweight, but making sure you're covering all your bases is really important. All right, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Jordan Fisher. All right, bro, tell us what we're about to do.
Yeah, what are we about to do? We're about to go out here, you know, hang out with some F1 drivers and some golfers.
Crazy.
Shoot some fun stuff.
Can you,
a little vibe.
For sure, that's all it is.
That's all it is, you know?
Can you tell the kids who maybe want to do what you do for a living one day? Like, walk us through your like setup process right now. Tell us, like, you know, timing. It's 11:20.
So we have an hour and a half, right? So
About
an hour and a half to where we need to be shooting. Personally, we're gonna match them up to make sure that we can get the same color science, right?
Facts. Both on Sony.
Both on Sony. That's very important, so that you don't have to waste time in the edit matching your colors.
Facts.
Yeah, just be ready hours before, so that you can just be ready. You don't have to get ready.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Stay ready so you don't have to get
exactly.
ready.
That's what I'm trying to say.
What are you shooting on today?
Today, A7 IV. It's my little go-to guy.
Nice.
It's 24-70, little Sigma action.
Nice.
The Road mic with the dog hair on it.
Perfect. You need that?
Yeah,
It's a must.
You know it's out here being used, that's for sure.
And then you got the pellet cam for just like your backup.
All the extra stuff, extra batteries, extra, you know, backup audio. This is a game changer.
DJI, yeah, facts. Please sponsor us.
Please sponsor us. Sponsor, you know.
Cool.
But yeah.
Fire, dude. Appreciate you. Yeah. For the Netflix Cup, we did have a team that was built out. So it was myself, my good friend Jordan Fisher. We kind of split up, divided and conquered the big footprint that is a golf course, given that there were 2 separate golf groups that we were following and documenting. For the Casamigos viewing point at turn 12, it was only me, but luckily it was just like a very contained space. and I had the same setup so that I could shoot like the atmosphere within the viewing party area with my 16-35 on a gimbal. And then anytime a car came by, I quickly popped up my 70-200 and captured it that way. You know, when it comes to equipment, you can't really beat that sort of setup. Aside from that, when it comes to your personal, mental well-being, you really just have to be ready for anything to be thrown at you. If you need to shoot people and like get them excited, as in some of these Casamigos videos that I did, you kind of just have to ask, right? You have to go up, you have to be okay with rejection, understanding that some of these people just want to go, have fun, not be on camera, but it never hurts to ask, right? Like if you see someone having fun, maybe cheersing, it doesn't hurt to go up to them and say, hey, like, do you mind just doing that again on camera real quick? Formula One week here in Las Vegas continues. We are done here at Hotel Number 1, the Renaissance Hotel Las Vegas. Thank you for the incredible stay. Thank you for the incredible view. One last time. We are checking out right now. It is Thursday, and we are headed over to the Venetian, which is literally right across the way. I can see it from here. We're continuing the weekend with Casamigos, but we are still editing stuff for Netflix. So yeah, let's check out and let's go. All right, friends, so it's only like 40 minutes later after we left the other hotel. I'm in the new room. Check it out. So big. Editing so much footage. I'm on 3 different projects right now. They're all like due today. They're due at the same time. So getting through it. I'm in a good place with them. So just gonna take some time, take a breather, maybe take a nap. So tonight, I'm planning on going to the Las Vegas Grand Prix. There's free practice tonight. That starts at 8:30 tonight. So hopefully, you know, we can chill for a little bit, get some work done, have some food, and then walk over to the track. So I'm excited. First ever Las Vegas Grand Prix is gonna be sick. Tonight we have the day off and we are going to free practice 1, free practice 2 of the first ever Las Vegas Grand Prix. Or actually, is it the first ever? There's been Las Vegas Grand Prix before, but the new and improved version of it. I'm gonna head over to meet up with some of my friends at another hotel. Our tickets tonight are at the main grandstand right where the race starts. Excited to see this Las Vegas Grand Prix come to life. There's been a lot of controversy, a lot of negative talk about this. I'm a big F1 fan. This is my 4th F1 Grand Prix of the year. So I'm excited just to check it out and see what the experience is like. First day being, you know, I'm sure they're still figuring out some kinks, so I'm sure the race will be great. But let's walk over to the track. Let's see what we find. Las Vegas Grand Prix. Got the homie Eddie.
Let's see what's going on tonight.
Set expectations for practice.
Hope there's an incident. You know, keep things spicy.
Right.
We'll see where it goes.
What are your thoughts on the Grand Prix being in Las Vegas? Like, are you pro or against?
I'm pro for it.
Yeah.
Like, this is an amazing place. Like, everything is close by. You don't have to drive far.
Yeah.
You know, we're out here enjoying it.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we're figuring it out as we go.
Exactly.
Don't know where we're walking towards. We're just walking in the right direction. But we'll see. Hopefully we'll see some good racing.
Yep.
Some good practice.
Yeah, I want to see some good action.
Yeah.
So.
All right, we'll see you guys there. So this is the end of our Vegas trip. We've been here for like the last 3 weeks, basically, I feel like. But Formula One is done. We did all the Casamigos stuff. We did all the Netflix stuff. Honestly, it went super, super well. I'm like really, really happy with how it went. Got to actually watch the race, which was incredible. I'm just feeling very privileged, blessed, fortunate to be able to have these really cool experiences and work with these amazing companies and people that allow me to travel, see the world, go to these cool events, and you know, something that I'm passionate about. Last thing I want to touch upon is the post-production for both of these projects while we were in Las Vegas. So for the Netflix Cup, I was fully responsible of editing and delivering this video. It was a 90-second recap. The Netflix Cup was actually on Wednesday. We finished filming the event at around 8 or 9 p.m. They weren't posting this until Friday, the day before the race. So I had all Thursday to edit this video. What's the recap? How'd it go?
That was fun. That was a good time.
Crazy.
A little hectic, a little crazy,
Yeah.
but that was very fun.
Highlight and low of the day.
Highlight, I got a photo of Bert Kreischer, which was random and awesome. Low point, I don't know, I'd say it was fun. I'm not even mad about it. Yeah.
All positives.
All positive.
That night, we had fun. We were in Las Vegas. And then the next day, literally spent it all day editing. I was in my hotel room. Usually that's how it goes. Spend all day in the hotel room, you send it, And hopefully by this point, we had spoken to Netflix. There were so many calls. There's a lot of producers. There's a lot of people involved in this. So they had a very good understanding of what they needed. So all I had to do was put it together. For Casamigos, luckily, it was 2 different shoots. We had a viewing party video that was going out qualifying night. So as soon as that finished, I went straight to my hotel room, edited that recap. It was like a 30-second video. And then I was also responsible for taking photos. So I edited those, sent those out. Saturday morning before the race, there was a brunch that I was also responsible for shooting. Shot that, and then luckily they wanted only 1 video from the brunch and then the race night. So that just ended up being the second video. With Casamigos, I've been working with them long enough so I know what they like, and I kind of have a formula of how to put it together. Kind of usually started off with a montage of like everything that's to come, and then almost kind of go sequentially how the day progressed, just people having fun, cheersing the camera, showing a little bit of the actual race and the cars driving by. With a lot of these live events, you're turning around the edits pretty quickly, mostly overnight. So I highly recommend suggesting an editor who can just do that for you so that you don't have to shoot and edit. However, you know, not all these projects go that way, and sometimes a lot of these brands just want people who can shoot and edit. So you're kind of sometimes tasked with that, which means you're gonna have to stay up long nights into the wee hours of the morning. But you know, it's okay, because hopefully the money is worth it. All right, guys, so hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're enjoying the current F1 season. Again, any questions that you might have about videography, photography, freelancing, what it's like running a small business because you are a small business owner, please don't hesitate to either leave them in the comments, DM me on Instagram at Saul Lopez. I respond to everyone. But with that being said, thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next week.
I might just hit it through a horn. That's on my element. I like dark skins, love a melanin. Pump, push me the tone when I'm stepping in. 30 bottles of the same tone, sentiment. I